Hi there, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome back to TCM as our night of films celebrating the singular brilliance of Christopher Guest continues. Up next, another expertly conceived fake documentary. Really, this is the grandfather of fake documentaries, the British grandfather of fake docs, so the granddad of fake docs. First, an important note. Guest stars in this movie, and he co-wrote the story, but unlike the films we showed earlier tonight, Waiting for Guffman and Best in Show, and the film we have after this one, The Big Picture, Guest did not direct this film. Rob Reiner did. Making his directorial debut, Reiner is also a member of the cast here, playing a director, making a documentary about a legendary British heavy metal band called Spinal Tap. Now, the second important note. While the doc being made in the film is supposed to be real, there was no British band called Spinal Tap. This is a fictional documentary, film that uses the documentary format to craft a comedy, and it's one of the best comedies ever made. 1984. This is Spinal Tap. Okay, on to my third important note. The movie you're about to see is so clever, so particular in its humor, and the actors pretending to be in this band were so good at being a pretty convincing British hair band that they later toured as Spinal Tap, the fake band in the fake documentary that became a real band, kind of. Christopher Guest, Michael McKean, and Harry Shearer are the principal members of Spinal Tap. As the story begins, the band hits the road for a U.S. tour and brings along a filmmaker to document what they expect will be their big comeback. The origin story for the film came 6 years earlier in 1978 when the four lead actors here, Rob Reiner, Michael McKean, Harry Shearer, and Christopher Guest, all worked together on a pilot for a sketch comedy show called The TV Show, which is the greatest name ever. And on that TV show, they introduced a parody rock band called Spinal Tap. Behind the scenes, McKean, Shearer, and Guest, all accomplished musicians, began improvising. Not only songs, they created the characters who wrote and performed the songs, moments of inspiration that led to this film. Now, I don't often give out my top rating, but this one's an 11. 1984, with many well-known talents, some in small roles, including Ed Begley Jr., Billy Crystal, Bruno Kirby, Dana Carvey, Fran Drescher, Fred Willard, Howard Hessman, Angelica Houston, and former David Letterman band leader Paul Schaefer. This is Spinal Tap. The trio of Harry Shearer, Christopher Guest, and Michael McKean not only wrote all of Spinal Tap's music, they performed the songs as well. The picture didn't do much business at the box office when released in 1984, but man, did it ever find an audience on home video. Then, as the movie began to grow in popularity, Shearer, Guest, and McKean actually began performing live as Spinal Tap. The soundtrack to the film became a cult hit, and in 1992, they followed it up with a second album, Break Like the Wind. 2007, the three reunited again for the Live Earth concert at Wembley Stadium in London. More recently, the band got back together, along with director Rob Reiner, to make a sequel, Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues, which premiered in September of this year. Coming up, the film that marked Christopher Guest's feature directorial debut, The Big Picture from 1989, starring Kevin Bacon. It's next on TCM.
Next on TCM, The Big Picture, then The Player, and later, Death of a Scoundrel. TCM won't speak ill of the dead tonight.